the up later this evening, and it promises to be exciting with a full house of Ike Chukwu and Mayo joining us virtually. And of course, we all saw the antics yesterday on Locker Room. It's a house on fire, but it looks like the firefighters came at the right time, courtesy of Allison, who led the firefighters. And of course, and the tension. Okay. Is 90 win case. So on the
as crazy as the ultras, in France. And
why is supposed of PSG, who said definitely that they were the better side, and definitely I agree with him. They were definitely the better side on the night, but football won according to Ike Chukwu. All right, I'm not boring words today on the show. Okay, and let's start from the home front, where the head coach of the senior national team of Nigeria, Eric Chell, has decided on the players that will represent the team in the upcoming World Cup qualifier games against Rwanda and Zimbabwe, respectively. And the Nigerian Football Federation made public a list of 39 players picked in the provisional list by the coach, saying the number will be trimmed to 23 after the conclusion of games this weekend in the various leagues from where the players were picked. And per what we exclusively gathered, 15 players got provisional letters of invitation, while the rest were handed direct invitations for the games, and even received their flight ticket to Kigali for the first game on the 21st against Rwanda. And there are also strong indications that the number will be reduced to either 24 or 25, and not the 23 that was contained in the press statement that accompanied the unveiling of the squad list for the games. Chelsea is said to have already placed 4 players on standby owing to doubt around 4 players' names to be made public in 2 weeks' time. So it was all press 39 man list. I mean that 50 players have already gotten their direct flight to Rwanda. Okay, that means he's still going to consider some players after this week. So it doesn't mean you were invited provisionally, meaning that you're going to walk into the team or even be a part of the setup in Rwanda. Of course, at least to put some players on standby, because even within this week and next week, some players could also still pick injuries.
well, I don't know why we are 39, man list.
I think it's a safe way to do it.
I don't understand. I mean, you just have to list this number of players we are going with, and then say these XYZ numbers are, we have, okay, say 25 numbers are going to go to Kigali, or 24 players are going to Kigali, and say, okay, we have about 10 or say about 15 on standby. You don't have to mention their names. We don't need all of these details. We need the players that are going. Then if there's an injury, then you pick from that number. All these 39 man lists, all this, we don't have the time. We don't have the time. We're not even in a good position. So why are we going through all of this?
The injury worries of the team already. It's good to have professional list where you can pick and substitute any player that gets injured prior to that game. At least to put them in the right frame of mind that, okay, you are being considered for the game. If you get injured, this social person is going to replace. So if the player knows it's not on the list, he's make arrangement that after, during the international break, I'm going to chill with my friends and so on. But if he has it back of the mind, I'm on the list, I've been penned down, I might be making, and of course, it will even propel them to even do better for their clubs ahead of the international break, to have them being considered. Competitive spirit and playing safe.
1993 under-17 winning championship side. Nwankwo Kanu and Wisin Oroma were stars in that tournament. Not forgetting Celestine Babayaro. Nwankwo Kanu was on standby alongside Taribo West for the 1994 Nations Cup winning side. Who cares? We won the Nations Cup, right? Now, we don't have to know people who are on standby. This is your job as a coach. Keep that to yourself. What we want to see is, are you praying for any of the 25 players that are invited to get an injury? No. What we want.
That's football for you. Don't have to pray.
My point exactly. So why are we discussing?
That doesn't mean that players cannot get injured.
Jerry, why are we discussing this number 39-man list? Why?
We are discussing it because we have to know who and who will make the cut.
Why can't he just tell us? See, exactly my point. We don't have time. 25 players going to Kigali. If we are listening to this 39, say about a month before, let's say Erichel has been with the Eagles for a long time, and say, okay, 2 months to this particular game, say in January, and then you list 39 and say, okay, we're going to play series of friendly. It makes sense. We're knowing, okay, these guys are actually fighting for their jersey. But this is not the case now. We're going to Rwanda. You've already given them tickets. You know people who are going. So why are you listing 39? If you have a back cover, if you have cover players that are going to cover for in case of exigency, then put those lists in your own pocket. We don't care about it.
No, at least there should be a pool, because one, there are rules and regulations that guides all of this. You need to submit a provisional list, so they will know that from that provisional list are the players you're going to pick if there's an injury. Because, for instance, if you are going into a qualifier and they don't have a provisional list, it will be difficult when you've already submitted a list for you to now say, I want to now include a player at the dying minute. You might have a situation where you've already penned 23 names and you submitted it prior to the game. You now say you want to bring one player that was not on any provisional list. It will be difficult. You might have to go with one deficit going into the championship.
Jerry,
those are the reasons why.
Jerry, what I'm saying is, I'm not against you having a provisional list. No. I'm saying we don't care. Give us this 25. Keep the provisional list. If somebody gets in your pick from there, submit the provisional list to CAF.
Yeah, if submits it, everybody will surely want to know who is on the list. That's how beautiful football is. Anyway, Maiwa, it's great to have you join us on this auspicious day. And of course, you can see I'm putting on red. I'm reserving the Liverpool red for the second leg at Anfield. Definitely, you will never walk alone. You're here at the right time.
Well, definitely, you actually survived that particular game with the skin of your teeth. Luis Enrique showed class. 1 shot on target, 10 shot on target. I mean, your scoring is the definition of efficiency. Having 1 chance at goal and taking it, that's the hallmark of a team that knows how to eke out a result in a very difficult game. So kudos to Liverpool. They go into the second leg with a 1 goal lead. However, when I came in, you guys were talking about Eric Chell and the rest of that. As far as I'm concerned, yes, he needs to submit the players to CAF and the rest of that. No matter how we debate the list, Eric Chell already knows who and who is going to make the cut for him for the qualifiers. Instead of him putting the names, in the media space for us to discuss, we have probably just gone ahead, submit the list, and then we can start discussing. As far as I'm concerned, a lot of players, because I'm 100% sure some of the players, might get to find out the way we find out too. I don't think the NFF have a culture of contacting players before they are invited. I don't think they do that, and if they do that, kudos to them. A lot of them will get to find out the way we found out too, and then a lot of them might be discouraged or probably put some kind of panic in them, owing to the fact that he's coming out to say he has asked 15 out of the 39. But in any case, let's see who and who makes it for us to be able to see who and who makes it. I'm just hoping that nobody that has a godfather sneaks into that particular team, because at the moment we don't need godfatherism. We need players that can deliver the result for us.
All right, we need players that can deliver the results, and definitely he has started on a good note and we'll now wait to see those players who will make it. But they already report that the duo of Bayer Leverkusen forward Victor Boniface and AC Milan winger Samuel Chukwueze are facing the prospect of getting dropped from the squad of the senior national team of Nigeria when the list is trimmed to 23. Both players were named in the 39-man roster. Players are called up by head coach Eric Chell for the World Cup qualifiers against Rwanda and Zimbabwe respectively in March, and both players are sure bets for the team at the start of the year. But a poor run of form at club level and had cast doubt over their involvement with the coach Eric Chell, unimpressed by their limited game time at club level and poor performance for the Super Eagles in previous games. Meanwhile, sources close to Chelsea, he is big on players playing regularly, and that was why players like Omar Sadiq, Paul Onachu, Nathan Teller, Joe Aribo, and Sarah Desas were named in the provisional list. You've always clamored for players who are playing regularly, and Paul Onachu playing regularly, does he make him better than Victor Boniface? Because they say form is temporary, class is permanent.
You only say form is temporary, class is permanent for a player that's consistently show class. For the Super Eagles.
You're talking about?
Boniface has not shown class. Absolutely.
Okay.
So if you look at the both of them, right, both of them have not shown class for the Super Eagles. But at this point, when you want to pick somebody, you look at who is most active amongst the both of them. And of course, it's Paul Onachu. And Sirides, I'm so impressed that he finally got an invite. I mean, we've been talking about him all the while. Sadiq Omar actually left, the Super Eagles camp before the Nations Cup, and then because of injury, he had, a very difficult time, and now he's actually playing regularly. Yeah, some person might be saying Super Goal, some other person might be saying, he's somebody's slot in the Super Eagles. However you want to put it, he's definitely earned his call up because he's playing regularly. Iron, they say sharpened iron. You don't want
playing regularly for a dedicated side and not even scoring goals.
It doesn't.
At least when Everton is scoring, Beto is scoring. Is struggling. Beto is scoring. Joe Aribo is playing the side that is struggling. They're even losing to teams like Ipswich, who are fellow strugglers. It is what it is.
No, see, that's the thing, right? You are not looking at the entire team. You're not looking at the player. Now, if we are looking at the player,
what difference are they making for the club side? Exactly
my point. The point is they're actually playing regularly. Nathan Teller got an invite because he's playing regularly. The same club with Victor Boniface.
That means if I'm playing regularly in the championship too, should be invited over a Victor Boniface, for instance.
See, what I'm saying is this. Okay. Victor Boniface is yet to prove anything for the Super Eagles. If he had proven, like, for example, if Victor Boniface were to be in the shoes of Victor Osimhen, who we've seen in Super Eagles, who has given a good account of himself and is not playing regular at this point, we understand why he's invited, because he plays for a top team. But you don't just sit on the bench. This is one of the reasons why Mikel actually lost out for the African Ball of the Year in 2013 ahead of Yaya Toure. Because when they actually look at the whole intricacies, of course, I'm still against the fact that he lost it to Yaya Toure, who actually lost to Mikel in that same Nations Cup. But then you ask yourself, how can the best player in Africa be sitting on the bench in Europe? These are the questions. These are the things you look at and say, okay, fine. On this base, these guys have to be here. And for me, I'm a huge fan of Victor Boniface, but I don't want to see a player who is not active in this. This is exactly why we were complaining about Ahmed Musa.
But if you talk about regular playing football, Victor Boniface is playing regularly as well for Bayer Leverkusen in the UEFA Champions League and the German Bundesliga.
Regularly.
Yeah.
He was
in the pool of players who were also looked at as far as the cap player of the year is concerned.
He's not as regular as he used to be last season.
It's regular football for Bayer Leverkusen and a regular football for Southampton, which is far better.
If you look
about the quality of the opposition,
what you are doing now is comparing the two teams.
Yes.
And that's not what we should be doing.
No,
we should be comparing
of their performance for the two teams.
The quality of their performance for the two teams. Definitely, you'll be looking at Victor Boniface's performance for Leverkusen. Leverkusen as a better performer because they have a better team.
Apart from being
that's what it is.
Apart from being a better team, Victor Boniface pulls his weight for Bayern.
This is not an argument of Victor Boniface and Paul Onachu, who is a better player. This is not an argument of Victor Boniface and Siri Deza. No,
When it comes
no.
to a better player, we know who's the
That's
better
what I'm
player.
saying now. This is not an argument.
Who is the better player?
Of course, I would definitely pick Victor Boniface.
All right.
As a better footballer. But the question is this, right? The coach it is the coach prerogative to choose his team. There's a certain style he wants to play, and Victor Boniface might not really cut it for him. Okay,
let's go to Maiwa. What do you think of this? The risk of Boniface and Samuel Chukwueze also being dropped. Samuel Chukwueze scored recently for his club.
He's not playing regularly.
He's not playing regularly.
We don't want to see players like that.
He's back to scoring.
See, we want to see players who fight for their club regularly.
He's back to scoring, and of course back to getting some minutes.
The level Samuel Chukwueze is.
How many players are above Samuel Chukwueze in terms of level
for the
Super Eagles? How many of them?
The question is, how many of these players that were invited play regularly ahead of Samuel Chukwueze? These are the questions. These are
apart from say, unless he's planning to use Nathan Teller playing from the right, then I can say yes.
What about if he decides to deploy Moses Simon on the right?
That would be very difficult because for him, he's more or less good with the right foot. Playing him from the left is going to be very difficult.
Nathan Teller is also a right footer.
Yeah, but he knows how to use the left too.
Nathan Teller uses his right foot.
Yes, more. But he's also good with using the left. But for Moses Simon, you will just deplete him if you play him from the right, and it will be a difficult situation. But since he's perfect playing from the left,
what if the coach decides to play two man up front?
That's his own.
So let's wait for the coach to do his thing.
Anyway, it's a lot of permutations. Definitely, we have to look at all the permutations and, of course, arrive at a certain agreement. But my one, taking a look at the option of dropping Victor Boniface and Samuel Chukwueze.
Well, I'm even surprised that you are defending Victor.
I'm not defending you. Here it comes to conversation of Paul Onachu. I will do lawyer for Boniface because Onachu is, the thing Paul Onachu and Victor Boniface is the necessary evil. For Paul Onachu, I don't want to even touch that.
But sincerely, you're not being fair. You're not being fair with this Paul Onachu.
No,
the truth is,
I'm being fair.
Before
Onachu has been given more opportunities than Victor Boniface to the national team, and he has failed the flying colours to deliver. Boniface is still on that trying period. Let him get more opportunities than Onachu first. Before we now say yes, they are not equal on opportunities, then we cannot judge that Boniface, we've exhausted opportunities for you. They have exhausted all the opportunities for Paul Onachu, and he has failed to show up.
How many games has he played?
When Genotro was the coach, he was always inviting him, and he was not delivering.
He was always inviting him. Was he always starting?
He doesn't need to start.
Why?
He doesn't need to start. Are you telling me that you're going to bench Victor Osimhen and start Paul Onachu because you want to satisfy him and start giving him a starting set?
What I'm saying
that
is
would be a difficult position. But when you are giving even 5 minutes,
Jerry,
with what you have been doing in the Belgian league, you should be able to show with that 5 minutes that you deserve a chance to bench.
We've seen Victor Boniface start games for the Super Eagles. We've seen him start games.
Yes, in fact, he's struggling to score goals, but
not just struggling to score. See, not just no. Don't say he's struggling to score. He's struggling to play.
No. Yes, he's struggling to play because he has also acknowledged the fact that he's been played out of his natural.
How is he being
which
played?
Which is more or less a deep lying centre forward, who's whether supports the striker or play behind the striker. So he's more or less comfortable playing from the back, but down to score. But now, like more or less, they want him to stay in the 18-yard box, which is like boxing Paul or Victor Boniface. Yeah, maybe Eric Chell decide to explore that opportunity for him, which will be very difficult because Victor Osimhen is going to be available. You can't expect us to start playing gamble with a Rwanda game because we want to test Victor Boniface and Paul Onachu. For me, I think the two of them should just stay on the sidelines, allow those who are serious, who knows how to score, who are comfortable playing to do the business, and Paul Onachu can come in.
I disagree. See, the thing is this.
Going into that crucial Rwanda game.
Wait.
We're going to allow Maiwa to say something.
Yeah.
Maiwa, going into that crucial game, would you be counting on Paul Onachu and Victor Boniface, for instance, to give you the goals?
No, definitely no. I mean, if you look at one of the discussions we are in right now was Paul Onachu was part of it. Remember when we invited Paul Onachu, I was a staunch supporter of. Failed to deliver, and this is the same person that has been given the opportunity consistently. I mean, you get to make mention of something that they don't start him regularly and the rest of that. The 2 games under Finidi.
Yes. It was one of the reasons why Finidi got sacked. Because he failed to deliver.
Yeah.
Him and Victor Boniface.
Yeah,
that's why we're in this situation.
Yeah, if we're making the argument for Paul Onachu, we should be making the same argument for Victor Boniface.
Yes.
Victor Boniface.
Onachu was started in the Benin Republic game, he did not score.
See, okay.
Yeah, it's only when Victor Boniface is when Osimhen is not around that Victor Boniface starts. And I've said it consistently here. The way Victor Boniface has been deployed in the national team has affected his output. He can never be a top 9. You cannot have him as a top 9. He cannot function as a top 9. And that is the way he has been deployed. And that's the reason why we are not getting the best of him in the national team. He would rather be comfortable playing behind the that's when you will see the best of Boniface. And that has not happened yet. So for me personally, I think either of the 2 in this particular game, I think the 2 of them should not make it. They've given them a lot of chances. This is not the time to gamble. I'd rather have an Ademola Lookman, a Moses Simon, and a Victor Boniface, a Victor Osimhen lead the line for us. While I put an Onachu and Victor Boniface on the bench, they'll probably bring them in much more. Maybe in the 75th minute or thereabout, or if I change a little thing, that is what I would do. But starting them in this particular game, or I don't think so. Crazy. The thing is, we've said that we players that are playing regularly. However, Chukwueze is making a comeback into the AC Milan team. He has begun to get and even scoring goals. The goals are not consistent enough. However, he's been scoring goals. I don't see the reason why can be an asset for us in that particular game. If the game does not go the way Chukwueze can come in and affect the game positively. So for me, I would say go along with
All right, so thank you very much. And of course, it's a conversational program. We encourage you to drop your comments on the comment section. And also, you can also call us via the WhatsApp platform. Of course, the WhatsApp number is under the screen scrolling. And Taoreed Wahab has come out. This is Taoreed versus talking about TK. He says that Brazil submitted 52 players for their provisional list. Of course, Brazil has a lot of talent. I don't envy any coach that takes the Brazilian job. Yeah, it's a very difficult pool to pick, but it is what it is. If Brazil can pick 52, you can forgive Eric Chel for picking 39. I mean, because we have players even in Vietnam that will not be considered.
If Brazil can be dropping 52 at this point, it means they don't have talent again. I mean, the Brazil we used to know back in the days will not drop 52.
I think it's even why they will even pick more players this time.
See.
Because back then when they had more talent, it was easy to say there's Roberto Carlos, okay? In number 3 position is secured. Nobody should even consider that he's going to bench Roberto Carlos. Ronaldo de Lima's position is secured. When we were going to 2002 World Cup, we all remember de Lima had injury spell. Felipe Scolari had to prove to the Brazilian national team that he will not go to that World Cup without de Lima. And they went to the World Cup with de Lima, of course. They say the rest is history. He inspired the team winning the World Cup. So it is what it is.
If you don't have talent, that's when you start with all of these numbers. That's why the likes of Richarlison.
Yes, that's why the likes of those names again.
They don't have talent again.
They have talents, but they don't have the names like it used to be.
See, what is the name? What is the talent?
Okay, it's just like the Super Eagles now. If it were to be 96, do you think
between 96 to 98? We won't be having all of these 39. Exactly my point.
They're not going to have the names.
Because
the names will have proven themselves.
The names are the talents.
See, there's difference between talents and names.
No. You cannot have Jerry now.
Wait, talents are under 17, under 20. Names are players that you already know that they are good. Jerry, you don't even need to ask whether they are talented.
Jerry, what we are saying is this.
Abi Elliott is a talent. Mohamed Salah, they are names. These are people you know.
Okay, so you are separating a player with name
from talent and players who have names.
Wait, the name, are you saying a player with names? Players with names don't have talent.
They have talent.
They are the talent.
But there's something that separates them from talent, being talented.
It is the talent that makes
We're
It
the
is
same
talent that
page,
makes
oh.
the name.
We're the same page.
Yes,
yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
But don't get me wrong. When I'm saying that, there are players who have names. When Brazil wants to go to the World Cup, they know De Lima is going to start. But if you have Javier Elliott, for instance, Javier Elliott will sit down on the bench because Salah has to start because he has name, he has talent. Fine. All right, we have a caller. Let's take our first call. Hello, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my name is Charles. I'm trying to, I just want to make this contribution.
Okay.
Boniface, why should we call him Boniface? We've tried Boniface several times and this guy has failed.
Okay.
So if he has failed, why keep bringing him into this team? Because now we need to qualify. We cannot afford to be wasting space just because somebody is doing well in his club side.
Okay.
So if he's doing well there, maybe after we qualify for World Cup, which I still believe that we can, then we can consider him. Maybe play some friendly matches to be able to know which position is best for him or how we can use him, the best way to use him.
Okay.
Instead of bringing him in, we need to win our matches. So don't bring Boniface into this game. We don't need Boniface now, please. We don't need Boniface. Chukwueze, I can understand. But Boniface, please, please, and please. Let them not consider Boniface.
Okay.
We are tired.
All right.
We've tried him several times and he has failed. He has failed to show up. So let's leave him out of this team for now. Please.
Thank you very much.
That's my contribution.
Thank you very much, Charles. Okay.
You're welcome.
All right, Charles has pleaded with Eric Chair, please. If he could even do that, I beg you. I say, hey, Joe, please, Boniface should relax. Yes. Why you heard it from Charles there. He's already begging Eric Chair. Anyway, we understand why. Paul Onuachu has been given chance. Boniface. The thing is that there will not even be a conversation. As far as Victor Osimhen is fit, nobody should even worry about whether Victor Boniface is going to be there or not. Whether Onuachu is going to be there or not, I will not even be worried. As far as Victor Osimhen is starting, Ademola Lookman is starting, then Moses Simon is starting, I won't even bother whether Samuel Chukwueze will be available. If he will be available, maybe 10 minutes. Yeah. All right, we have Taurid on the line with us. Hello, Taurid. You're welcome to Locker Room.
Hello, good morning. My contribution today, from Chicago.
Okay, from Chicago.
My
go ahead.
contribution today is, I guess that's why the coach invited Christian Sanchez and some new name, like 2 other names. Boniface, even if he invited right now, shouldn't have anything to start the game or whatever, because, right now, we want to qualify, we need all our best legs. And then I think our best legs is starting from the Osimhen or whatever. Anybody that, the problem I have from Nigerian team, from Eagles team is, that, okay, somebody is already there, Boniface is there before, they don't get it right. We don't get it right yet. We still need to put the team, we still need to inject some players. For most of us, like new guys, like Sanchez, put him there. The Papa Daniel that you invited, let them put it there. Since we have Osimhen, we have Lukman, if those people already there, just put 2 new players there. Because I'm not going to tell you lie. Those people, they already know them. They already know our team. They already know, and then they don't, especially that midfield. They already know that from Ndidi to Iwobi, from Iwobi to no. We need at least 2 or 1 leg change for that midfield, so that I think that's what the coach invited, that Dennis, Anthony, or whatever. You guys might, don't be surprised if you get that Anthony, Dennis, or whatever his name. That's my contribution today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Taurid. Yes, we're just going to talk about Anthony Dennis, the newly invited player who plays with Turkish club side Göztepe. He said he had to double check if it was his name after making the list of players for the World Cup qualifier games against Rwanda and Zimbabwe, respectively. He's just 20 years of age. He moved to Turkey in 2023 from Abuja-based football academy, HB Academy, starting from the under 19 of Göztepe. He didn't stay long in the youth setup before making his way into the first team and the same season. Quite a bright lad. I've seen some bit of videos. I think I'm impressed. But it's now left for him to prove himself if he gets invited to be a part of the team. Definitely, he's just 20. Definitely, who says Lamine Yamal was destroying teams at the Euros at the age of 16? Maiwa.
You see, what you just said now is one of the things what that annoys me with the NFF. How can you invite players? How can you list out the players without contacting the player? I mean, for him to make that particular statement, there's an indication that nobody contacted him. He just saw the news the way everybody saw it. I don't think that's appropriate, and I don't think I don't think the NFF are doing their job right. If you're inviting players, you should inform them. That is the right protocol. Even before the list comes out, that is what you should do. And I think the NFF should do better. We are in 2025 for heaven's sakes. We should not be doing things like we are in the 1930s. But in any case, it's a good one that is getting a call up. It's a good one, that is here. I mean, I want to align with what I want to say. This is not the time for us to invite players that we have given a whole lot of opportunity and did not do anything fantastic. Let's bring in the new guys. Let's see what they can do. It's high time we try them out. Let's see when we have our Osime and Adama Lukman available. Let's introduce those new guys there. Let's see what they can do. They can be the one to get us, the ticket. In as much as I don't believe we'll qualify, let's just be optimistic.
All right, let's just be optimistic. We're still taking calls and comments on the comment section. Keep them coming, and definitely we'll try as much as possible to take as much as we can. We still have some bit of time, about 20 minutes or so. So let's talk about the creme de la creme, the biggest club competition in the world. Talking about the UEFA Champions League. All right, we have another caller. Okay, we'll be able to take that. Let's talk about the Champions League. Alisson Becker, the man from Brazil, was top-notch, awesome footballer. But let's talk about PSG too. Good performance, brilliant play. They came guns blazing, just like they were the Wild Wild West. It was fire upon fire on Liverpool last night. I saw a PSG side that was determined to make sure they got the victory. They did all they could. Definitely, they did everything right in the book as far as that game is concerned. But it was not enough. Maya, what's your talking about your observation? What's your submission as far as that game is concerned? What did you see last night?
For me personally, I think Donnarumma needs to be gathered in the village square, and they need to start asking me questions. Maybe has collected that particular shot. I think Donnarumma let them down. Donnarumma made them lose that particular game. Donnarumma threw all their hard work, threw it into the trash can, and that was it. PSG gave a good account of themselves. That's one of the few teams that has outplayed, Liverpool this season. They outplayed Liverpool, no shot on target until the 87th. Dominated 71% possession, 10 shot on target. Becker, Alisson. I mean, if Liverpool wins the Champions League this season, I think they need to create a statue for Alisson. To be honest with you, he was very fantastic in that particular game, and I'm really, really very impressed. I'm not surprised it's Brazil #1. That's the reason why Ederson is sitting down on the bench, because of that kind of performance. And I want to congratulate what's the Jurgen Klopp for bringing in that kind of a talent from a Roma club that that didn't appreciate his talent. Is the one responsible for Liverpool winning that particular game. However, the second leg will be very, very difficult. Yesterday I was talking about it, that probably the game will end in a draw. I don't think Liverpool approached the game correctly. Kudos to PSG. They were able to pocket the likes of Salah and the rest of that. But I mean, I don't think Liverpool approached that game, the way they should have approached it. They allowed PSG a lot of space on the ball, and that is not good for them. What if Alisson cannot keep up with the 10 saves he made in the first leg? If they play the same way in the second leg, Liverpool might be knocked out of the Champions League. However, kudos to Alisson, and kudos to Liverpool for eking out the result in the last minute.
All right. Ikechukwu, yesterday you were all brimming with smiles. And of course, You're not smiling the right way now. Let's say what it is. We saw the game yesterday. Liverpool were outplayed. They were bamboozled by the performance of this PSG side. But somehow, they were able to grant the results at the Parc des Princes. With the fans behind the PSG side, it was really fireworks. But somehow, Liverpool got the victory. What did Liverpool do different? Because, for me, they did not deserve to even leave that game with a draw. Not to talk of even winning that game.
Well, I think we are so conditioned to believe that the attacking side is usually the best side. Yes, football can be like that.
It was the better side.
Exactly my point. We are so conditioned to believe that the side that plays attacking football is the better side. I mean, we've seen a team under Jose Mourinho. We've seen a team under Diego Simeone. You want to call them, they play demonic football. You want to say they play haram football. Whatever nomenclature you choose to use, it doesn't change anything. They get the results, they go home smiling.
Liverpool side was not able to defend, but they were forced because the ball was not even with them.
My point is, from the onset of that game, when that game started, immediately that game started, if you follow the game through from the beginning, Liverpool went back. So you know clearly that their strategy was to soak pressure, absorb pressure, and hit on the fast break. Now, the balls in the midfield, Gravenberch and Co couldn't hold on to the ball so that when they get the ball from the defense to hit on fast break to utilize Salas and lose their space. Right. That was the plan for Liverpool. Luis Enrique's men naturally are known for high pressing. Nunes, Mendes, this guy ran riot, Vitinha in the middle of the park, they controlled, they played this exactly the way the coach wanted them to play. Liverpool did their job. Now, see, you will not tell me that a team that had 9 shots on targets, 9, and wasted the 9 shots. I'm not taking anything away from Ellison's brilliance. So he's actually good. 9 shots on target, you wasted the 9, you are better than a side that got 1 and utilized it. You're not better.
At least they won't score the goal that was disallowed due to offside.
That's not the goal.
On offside.
That's not the goal.
Yeah.
That's not the goal. The truth is this,
and
right?
of course, Kvaratskhelia was awesome. Let's not take it away from him.
See, you want to look at all of the players of that team. Look at the quality. Look at how Dembele and Kvaratskhelia was giving Liverpool a whole lot of trouble. Yes, that was the game plan for them.
Alisson was just the difference. I didn't know Alisson. Liverpool would have left that match with considered at least 4 or 5 goals.
See, this thing you're saying is an afterthought. The truth is, Liverpool came into that game with a game plan to sit and absorb pressure. They might not be a natural defensive side.
They're not a good defensive side.
Naturally, they might not be a natural, but sometimes games will call for this position and you play like that. This is the hallmark of a big team. You have to play like that. You have to win dirty in some games. My point is, people are praising Liverpool. I mean, people are trying to downplay Liverpool's win because it's just one chance. But
they played poorly.
No, see, you only say a team play. See, it is PSG that played poorly. If you have 9 chances, you cannot even utilize 1. No. That's a bit. See,
I think PSG played better football.
Played better football.
Yeah, than Liverpool. Liverpool was just chasing the
Statistics
game
will tell
for
you.
90 minutes.
See, Jerry, you know I'm not a Liverpool fan, but statistics will tell you this: if you have 9 chances and you can't make use of 1, you're not better than someone who got 1 and use it.
They had 9 chances, meaning that the chances of scoring were very, very high.
We are
as against a team that was not even seeing chances at all.
It seems
and only saw 1.
Let me bring it home.
Okay.
A woman that had 9 miscarriages and won with just 1 chance and gave birth. Which of them is a mother?
It's unfair to the woman with 9 miscarriages. To look at her as not a mother.
No.
Yes, it's unfortunate.
What makes you
mean that she didn't make attempts. Yes,
what makes you a mother?
It's unfortunate.
What makes you a mother?
Look at it that because,
what makes you a mother?
Because miscarriage is not an easy thing.
Exactly my point. See, this is football. You don't have to be emotional about it. Liverpool had their chance. They took it.
Only 1 chance.
We might be having a conversation.
In a game, they're supposed to.
You people don't want to agree that
50-50.
PSG was wasteful.
It was not wasteful. It was Alisson that was just top notch.
How many hands? 2 hands.
Yes.
Is it different from the average goalkeeper?
Donnarumma was on holiday.
See.
He was not even concerned whether they were going to be.
Okay, so because the goalkeeper saved 9 chances, it means PSG were not wasteful. Is that what you're saying?
They're not wasteful.
They were clearly wasteful.
No. Short on target meaning that you.
What does it mean to be wasteful?
All right, Mayowa, I don't know. I think in as much as I want to look at it from the Liverpool aspect, I must say the truth that PSG did everything in the book. Even talking about Luis Enrique said it, that they were the better side, and which I agree. Even Arne Slot was not happy with the performance of the Liverpool team. They played badly. Yeah, they were oppressed for the most of that game.
I mean, even the Barcelona that got a record did not play as poor as Liverpool, and that's just the honest truth. See, Ikechukwu said they were wasteful. I don't think so. Wasteful means you have when you are not an Ikuku or Nicolas Jackson that has the free, that has the net in front of him and try to balloon the ball. That's what we call wasteful. Alisson, 9 shots on target, 9 saves from Alisson, and that's just it.
So that's not wasteful.
If that was to be carriers in goal, if there were to be
carriers, hold on, wait.
If it were to be Onana,
you guys,
if it were to be Onana, that goals will be sure.
So you are saying
Alisson can Onana. It would have been
okay. Let me ask you. The saves Alisson made yesterday, has it considered goals from a cheaper position?
Which cheaper position?
No, definitely, sure,
right? Yeah. Which means
which cheaper position has he considered goals? Name one cheap position.
More easier goals to compared to what we've.
Alisson's goals he concedes were goals he cannot stop. Even
so you mean okay? You're saying okay. Hold on. You are saying this is the most difficult. This is the most easiest saves Alisson has made all through his career.
They are very difficult. Even
I'm asking. You're saying.
Even Alisson who said it that
you are saying they are difficult saves.
That was his game. Was one of his best games.
The goals that Aston Villa scored in the last game against Liverpool, the 2-2 draw you just played with Aston Villa a few weeks ago, and the saves that he made in this game, which one were more difficult?
Which one were more difficult?
Yes.
Talking about the goals he conceded.
Yes.
I think I cannot compare right now.
You cannot compare
because I can't really remember the goals we're talking about.
Jerry, let me tell you something. Let me just tell you something. See that game yesterday. We have to look at it critically. Liverpool in that particular game might not come out as an attacking side because they had to sit back. Their game plan was to actually hit these guys on counter. The reason why Arne Slot was angry was because Liverpool's midfielders were unable to actually dictate how the game will play. Sometimes you can be defensive and still control games. That's what Jose Mourinho was known for. He will be defensive, and that's why you always say that the number of times I don't care about the number of times I hold on to the ball. Because a team that hold on to the ball the most is most likely to make the most mistake. Arne Slot in that particular game came with a game plan to defend and hit on a fast break. The Liverpool midfielders were unable to actually do the job right. But you guys will not take away the fact that PSG were being wasteful. You cannot tell me 9 chances from a top team that scored 10 goals in their last game.
I told you the other time it's Brest they were playing now.
What do you mean Brest?
See, Brest does not have. They don't have Alisson. Imagine they scored them 10 in 2 games and Alisson was available. Imagine that means he would have stopped 9. At least they'll consider only 1.
We have seen goalkeepers. The likes of Peter Cech, we've seen them concede goals. Alisson have been conceding goals.
They are goalkeepers and they are goal minders.
See,
you know, Alisson is a goalkeeper.
Okay, Jerry, look at this. 28 attempts, 9 shots on goals. You cannot even score 1. This is very shameful.
It has happened to Liverpool. Okay. It has even happened to Liverpool.
Look at Liverpool. Okay, look at Liverpool.
Liverpool has lost again when they had more possession.
Look at Liverpool's pass accuracy. 77%. That's an A. It shows Liverpool didn't play badly. That's an A.
Played badly.
77% pass accuracy is an A.
Look at the attempted passes. 292. To 701. That's miles ahead.
That's why I said
miles ahead.
That's why I said Liverpool actually try to contain these guys. They want to hit on the fast break.
Chasing the game. Liverpool was chasing that
Liverpool's game plan was to hit on a fast break. You are trying to exonerate these guys. This is shameful. You cannot get this number of shots and not get a goal.
It happens. Liverpool was going to even beg to see a draw in that match. At the end of the day, they were just begging him. See, Jerry, at the point, Liverpool were begging that the match should end.
You will not exonerate PSG woeful performance in front of goal. That was a woeful performance in front of goal.
No, they had issue with.
Let me ask you as a Liverpool fan.
Alisson was their major problem.
Let me ask you as a Liverpool fan, honestly. Your team had 9 chances, and they lost.
Disappointed.
You'll be disappointed.
Chances and not be able to score.
Because it was it's an act of being wasteful.
And if you have Alice,
because it shows you are wasteful.
If you have if you have Alice stopping those kind of saves, I would say at least we tried our best, but it was not enough.
It was not enough because it's why is it hard? Why is it hard for you guys? Why is it hard for you guys to accept that this is a waste?
Explain wasteful to you. All right. We are pressed for time. We also note another goalkeeper, talking about the captain of Bayern Munich. Manuel has been ruled out for the foreseeable future after tearing a muscle in his right calf. And of course, if permutations are right, some will say that Bayern are already through to the next stage because they went away to Leverkusen and won by 3-0. Everybody wrote off talking about Vincent Kompany's team, but it looks like the mean business. Harry Kane meant business. The man of the match performance courtesy of Harry Kane and the boys. And of course, we also saw that games last night. Barcelona, Kubasi got the red card, and still yet they were able to get that victory, which was a very expensive one away, meaning that at the Nou Camp, what they just need to do is to capitalize on the first leg victory. So the second leg of all these games, Bayern is like it was this week in the Champions League. It was like an away week. It was only teams like Real Madrid that won at home. Other teams were losing on their home turf. Next week, I hope it's not going to be away days too. In the interest of teams like talking about Real Madrid, Liverpool, and co.
True. I mean, most of the results actually didn't come as a surprise. The bookies would most definitely have a few days because most of the results it's expected Barcelona will get a better of Benfica. It was expected most people will favor Liverpool to actually get at least a draw in that particular game. So a win or a draw for Liverpool will still have actually scaled through. Real Madrid's result wasn't surprising to a lot of persons. But Bayern Munich and Bayern Leverkusen has consistently shown now. It is clear that on the big stage in Europe, they are nowhere to be found. Right? We saw how Ademola Lookman's men demolished them. And again, Bayern Munich has shown, even while we were talking about this yesterday, we were talking about the inexperience of Vincent Kompany, how we are not really convinced about how he's been handling Bayern Munich side. And going by their results so far in the last 2 seasons, it shows that he might really not get it. But getting a 3-0 victory against a very difficult side and defending champion of Germany, it shows that Bayern Munich has something when it comes to the UEFA Champions League. All
right, Mario, we have to go. Rest to say that we aim to increase Manchester United's misery. Chukwueze used to say that they will win Europa League or the FA Cup, but it looks FA Cup is out of the window. But Europa League is remaining. In 30 seconds before we go, Mario.
Well, as a Manchester United fan, I want us to win. However, I don't think we need Europe next season. I think we should be knocked out and focus on building our team. The pressure of Europe next season will probably put a lot of pressure on Amorim, and we don't need that. So for me, in as much as I want us to win, I want us to be knocked out tonight, to be honest with you.
All right, so that I can focus on winning the league next season, according to Amorim. I hope you win tonight because you said they were going to win this one and qualify for Champions League. I'm waiting for tomorrow when we'll come back here. So you come and explain yourself. You will explain tire. No evidence. All right, Victor is Ikechukwu behind the scene, as well as Victor, not leaving out Alex, and of course Jeremiah, and definitely Silva. My name is Jerry Apello. I say thanks for being a part of the show. Until we meet again, have a good night rest.